main thing that we're going to do is homeostasis because you guys are going to start learning about the body systems. And so it's kind of important, especially if you guys are going to take anatomy next year. There's a lot of things with homeostasis. So does anybody know what it is? Anybody? Well, not by reading it off the slide. Alright, so it's the property of a system in which variables are regulated so that internal conditions remain stable and relatively constant. So this is like, if you get hot, what do you do? Yeah. Okay, so it's basically anything that makes you, your internal system uncomfortable, it's going to make it come back to normal. So it's basically like a balance if you think about it. So if it gets heavier on this side, your body's going to put something on this side to make it balance. Does that make sense? I would go with that one because you're that's a really good one. Just rub it hard. I just want to make sure I Alright, so how are you guys doing? I would like to go to that. Wait, do you guys have the male reproduction? So are we changing
Find the stimulus so that we could fill out the process part.
See, that's I don't That's a good one.
Stimulus for the digestion.
Don't be embarrassed. Okay, go ahead.
We did the circulatory system.
And the functions and parts with the circulatory system, well, not all, this isn't all the parts that go with the circulatory system, but the main works. Heart, veins, arteries, capillaries, red blood cells, and white blood cells. The heart, of course, is the main part of the circulatory system because it pumps the blood through your body and back to the heart.
We did the process and the stimulus of what would happen if you experienced a cut or a break in the capillary wall, is what it would be called. Your body isn't just going to allow you to keep bleeding, it's going to find a way to stop it. So it heals itself by, when the skin is cut, the brain tells a substance called platelets to clump at the site and release thermoplastin, something. It converts to another substance and it makes more of a clot. And then after it makes that, the response to it, it pretty much just prevents further blood loss.
Okay.
And then overall, the body has a significant way of healing itself. It does it very quickly so that if you were cut, it doesn't take forever for it to stop bleeding. It signals your brain and lets it know what it needs to do. It produces a scab in the end to kind of like human band-aid, I guess you could say.
Fine, I just want to make sure you guys understand. So, if it's negative, that's basically what kind of feedback you're going to get. So, something negative happens to your body, it's going to do the exact opposite because it wants to. So, in your guys' case, diabetes, you don't get enough insulin. Well, it depends on what type you have. So that it's going to try to compensate either way. Positive feedback, you wouldn't really have that much because it's just going to keep pumping in. Does that make sense? Because I don't know if you guys got that concept as much as I wanted to. That's fine. If you guys have questions, I would ask Mr. Ian about it. Alright, go ahead.